Hi everybody, it's me Terry of the Yarn Joy Podcast. Welcome back to another video. Well, today is Wednesday, so it's time for crafting with friends. How was everybody's weekend? Let's see, what did we do? We went on Friday evening. We went to my younger son and his new bride. We went to their house, their place that they're renting, and had a little kind of housewarming party, kind of. I mean, you know, we just went over there, we had dinner, we took dessert, which I just took some ice cream, but my older son and his wife and grandbaby, they came and they brought dinner, and so we brought dessert. And anyway, we toured their little house, and I hadn't seen it yet. I saw pictures of when they first looked at the house, and the rooms were empty, and so but this is the first time I'd seen it in person. In real life. Anyway, we had a nice little get together, and grandbaby was running around and being cute, and it was nice. And then on Saturday we went to our parents and did stuff for them, cut grass, took my mom shopping to get her groceries and that sort of thing. And then so yeah, that was basically what we did over the weekend. So yeah, comment down below if you had a great weekend and what you did this past weekend. What else is going on? Well, I'm working on the swirling bag. I didn't get finished with it. This is the Crafting with Friends project for this these Wednesday videos. I didn't get finished with it, but I got a whole lot done on it. So let me show you. So last week I had very little done on it. I had so you pick 4 colors, so there's 4 parts to it, and I had one part complete, and I had started the second part. Can't remember if I finished it. Maybe I did finish it. Now I can't remember. Anyway, I finished all the parts. And so now I'm just building up the top part. So here's what I've gotten so far. It's going to be big. It's bigger than I remember. So I don't know. I don't think I used DK weight yarn before. I don't know. I guess because it's been a long time since I made one. Maybe I just don't remember that it turned out big. Anyway, here it is. So I have some ends down there at the bottom. See that? I have to weave those in. But there's the bottom of it. And so, yeah, I got all the parts, the sides stitched up together. And so it makes this kind of bowl type effect. Does have a square bottom, though. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. And so now I'm going around the whole thing. And so with the pattern, it says like how many stitches per, let me do it on this side. So how many stitches per color section, like from here to here, and then from here to here, each color there. Anyway, it says you have to do, I think, 33 stitches or something like that for each one. And that gave you a certain number of stitches all the way around. Okay, so I changed my color sequence up a little bit. Color arrangement. So it just says to use, you're going to use all 4 of your colors that you picked, but you're doing 6 rounds of color, like striped, okay, and with each one, okay. Well, I decided, since I was thinking, well, depending on what color I start with, if I start with the yellow, then when it's up against this yellow, it's going to look like it's not going to look like a stripe, it's going to look like it's a continued piece. So I thought, since I need to do 6 rounds around for each color, instead of 6 rounds, I'm going to do 2 rounds of white. I thought about black and doing like black in between each color, but then I thought, no, I think I'll do white. So I'm doing 2 rounds of white, which is what I did. So that way it kind of separates this bottom part to the top section. And so I'm doing 2 rounds of white and then 4 rounds of the color. And see, I've attached the green. I'm on the second round, of the green. And so the next one I'm going to use, let's see, then I'll do 4 rounds of the green, and then I'll do 2 rounds of the white again, and then the next color, probably the yellow, and do 4 rounds, and then 2 rounds of white, and then 4 rounds of red maybe, or blue, depending on what I want at the top. Anyway, do it that way. And the top of it, the number of rounds will be the same. It'll be 6 rounds per section, but I'm doing 2 of white and 4 of the color. And then, so that way, I just thought, well, it would, you know, like break up these colors. I mean, separate the color sections that are at the bottom, and then the stripes at the top. I'm not holding this up too well, so let me go ahead and I'll pop in a picture. Here's a picture right here of what the bag is looking like, will look like. Finished bag. Of course, I'm using different colors, right? Yeah. Anyway, here it is right here. This is a pattern I found on innerweave.com. Yeah, and I'll link it down below in the description box where you can find it. It's a free pattern. And there is actually a YouTube video. I haven't watched it, but somebody sent me a link to the video. So thank you very much for sending me the link. I've looked at a little bit of it, but I mean, I knew I had made this before, so I already knew kind of how to put it together. And so I haven't looked at the video. But there is a video, YouTube video. If I can find it again, well, I'll just look through my emails and use the link that you, my viewer, the one that you sent it to me. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put that link down below in also to that video that's talking about the bag. And it may be a full tutorial. I haven't watched it. Anyway, that's what it's going to look like. So I'm on the, you know, the last part of it. So hopefully by next Wednesday, I will have this finished, be a finished object. And if I do, then I will have, that means I need to look for pick out 2 new projects for you to vote on to see what the next project will be. So maybe if I'm done with this by next Wednesday, you'll have a project to vote on next week. Okay. So that is my progress on that. What else have I worked on? Let's see. Oh, I'm doing a collab with Seta and Kim of Crafting in Texas, and we're doing we all had the same Granny Square book, and so we're doing a project or something, you know, using that book. And so I did what I'm making, I've did it. And so I will be showing that on Monday the 30th. That video will come out. So that's one thing I did work on, is I finished that item that I'm going to show you. What else have I worked on? I've got a preemie hat started. I don't have the eyes part. I'm doing a frog hat. So I need to do the eyes and attach them to the top of the hat. So I want to do that tonight and go ahead and get that finished. So that will be a finished object for tomorrow. What else? I haven't worked on the cubbyhole project, the rabbit. I haven't worked on it. So hopefully tonight I'll work on that too. I just need to make one more leg and then start attaching the pieces together, I think. And like his cheeks, or, you know, work on his face. And I think there's a belly patch or a chest patch or something, a different color. Haven't done that yet. So I guess I'll make that my goal for tonight, is to finish the preemie hat and work on the rabbit. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, he's almost finished. I don't know if I'll get the rabbit. I'm looking at him over there. I don't know if I'll get it totally finished tonight. Possibly. If so, then I will have another cubbyhole project that I can draw from for tomorrow. You know, another cubbyhole number. So we'll see. Maybe I can get that finished tonight. That and the preemie hat. That would be good. My temperature blanket. I have a few days I need to catch up on that. I was working on the Blanket Bonanza project. That I showed that in yesterday's video, my progress on that. So I had been working on that the last few days, putting it together. And I'm looking to see what else I've been working on. That's the main things, I think. I went grocery shopping. When did I do that? Yesterday? No, no, I went grocery shopping on Monday, and then yesterday, that's right, yesterday my son and my grandbaby was over for lunch, and then my son needed to go run some errands and things, and so I ended up having grandbaby longer than I thought I was going to have yesterday, which is fine. We had a great time together, and so that's what I did yesterday, a lot of the day, you know. And then last night, I went ahead and got a lot of this bag done because I think by that time I had 3 of the colored sections on the bag. I hadn't started or even got the blue out of my shelf back here. And so I did this whole blue part. And then this morning I stitched up the sides that I still needed to stitch up, and then started this top part of it. So that's what I did today so far. I did change the pattern. I think I did, because the fourth one, I actually kind of used my technique for the corner of C2C, the Join As You Go blanket we just did a crochet along with. I kind of used that technique, the Join As You Go part, and when I was making this blue section, you know, I attached it to the green, and I was going back and forth. Well, every time I got, this one right here was open, but every time I got to the red, I connected it to the red before I did the next round, then connected it, you know, and so I didn't have to sew. Well, I did at the top, I think. Did I? Oh, no. Yeah. I did it all the way up, I believe. No, because I did have to stitch this part. So I just did it until I started the decreases. And then, yeah. And then I had to hand stitch the rest of it. Yeah. Anyway, I used a little bit of the technique on a different project, which is great when you can, you know, you learn a technique and then can use it for other projects as well. Okay, let's see, that is about it. I'm getting ready to finally do that product review video. I got it set up, but then I discovered, because I need to film it with my phone, like an overhead shot, and I discovered that I needed to put my phone on charge for a while, and so I thought, well, I'll come in here and do my Crafting with Friends video first while my phone is in there charging, so then I'll be doing that video, the product review video, got it laid out right here, in a little bit, you know, and then I'll have both of them, I'll put both of them out this evening. What else? No ladies craft. Yeah, there's a ladies, I'm going to have a twofer this weekend. It's going to be a crafty weekend because Saturday is Ladies Craft Day at the library. I haven't gotten to go to that one in 2 months, maybe. I think so. Well, I didn't go in May because in May, when they had it at the library, it was early voting, and so they canceled it. And so we didn't meet at the library in May. I guess we did in April. So it's going on 2 months, I guess, since I've been to the one at the library. And so I'm going to get to go, as far as I know, I'm going on Saturday. But then Friday evening, our church is having a craft night. And so, my husband was like encouraging me, yo, you need to go, you know, and I was like, well, I'm already going on Saturday, and but he says, no, go ahead and go to both. So I think I'm going to go to both. So I'll be hopefully out of getting a lot done. We'll see. Yeah, so that'll be a fun weekend. And but of course next week I'll let you know what else I did this weekend that's coming up, you know, like I do. What else is going on? That's about it. Yeah. Yeah, I did check the tracking on the yarn that I ordered, and it's coming FedEx, and so I might get it this next week. I don't think it's shipped. I did get the tracking number, so I can kind of be watching it. So maybe this next week I'll get that yarn, and then I'll do a yarn haul. And the items from New Craft Day, I think, is coming in. Well, I see that a package is coming. I looked on the Informed Delivery, and it said it was in Houston, which is close to where I'm at. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow. or the next day. And I'm not positive if that's what that is, but I think that's what it is because I'm not expecting anything else. So I'm thinking that's what it is. So that'll be fun. Picked out some cool projects, I think, products from them. Yeah, I'm looking around. I think that's about it. So I guess I'll go. What's for dinner? I took some meat out, some ground beef. I think I'm going to make meatloaf and throw some sides together. Probably some broccoli because I bought like a bag of broccoli and then I discovered I already had a bag of broccoli in the freezer. So I have like an excess. And so I think I will cook some tonight and make meatloaf. And I'm not sure what else, but I think that's what we're doing. So I'm right now, like I said, I'm thawing the meat out. So that would be for what's for dinner. Yeah. Okay, just rambling, I guess. That's about it that's going on craft-wise. So, yeah. Come back tomorrow and we'll have a visit for the regular Yarn Joy podcast episode. I'll show you the preemie hat. Lord willing, I'll have the rabbit done and then I can pick a new cubbyhole number. That'll be exciting. Oh, and oh my goodness, the Finish It Friday character, I haven't even started at all, but I did get the box with the kit in it and I took it in there at my desk so then I'll see it. And I think I know what character I'm going to make. And so that's another thing I need to get started on this tonight, hopefully. Otherwise, tomorrow for sure, because Finish It Friday is after that. So, yeah, those are the projects that are not on my plate, but, you know, in line to be worked on next. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go, I guess. Have a great Wednesday, middle of the week. Come back tomorrow. We'll have another visit for the regular Yarn Joy podcast episode number 414, I think, something like that. So come back tomorrow. We'll have another visit and I'll show you some more stuff. Okay. See you later. Bye. In the next video. Bye.